And we have the duty to make sure that nobody gets hurt or harmed, and no property gets hurt or harmed. And we once again want to thank you for having come out, but we regret that the deterioration of the situation is of such a level that we are unable to continue these circumstances. The minister who was our guest, who we invited, who we wanted to hear, because we cannot resolve problems which are really within the hands of the state without the state, had to live in circumstances which were unacceptable. Equally, whatever we think about vice chancellors, they have an obligation to run the institutions we want to transform for the sake of you, our future leaders. And that cannot happen without the presence and the interaction with leaders of universities. They've all had to leave fearing for their safety. And I know that there are formations here who are very determined to go ahead. You share my sympathy. I am with you. And I would very much have wanted to go on. But it must be a convention that gives the answers to the questions you raised so well today. I am personally deeply saddened, so too my co-conveners. We have no stake in higher education, no stake in politics, no stake in except to advance the interest of our youth, who must carry our liberation struggle forward. So this was a deeply sad day, but dialogue continues. But we are not disappearing from anywhere. We're going to regroup. We're going to call all of you comrades and come and talk about a matter we cannot talk about, however angry we are, and one which we must listen to each other. There can't be heroism in shouting down and screaming. And look at the investment through all the donations we've had from so many entities to bring you here, to accommodate you, to accommodate everybody else, to have all of these facilities that were for you. And some amongst you choose to disrupt this. We have a long, difficult struggle ahead of us. It is not yet Uhuru, and we can't do it in a disorganized fashion. It must be within the parameters of discipline, of vision, and of a desire to change without shouting down. Whether we like it or not, we have a government which rules this country. And it is with that government that we ought to negotiate within the democratic strictures of our land. I'd like to thank you, particularly those of you who are so determined to go ahead. And I am so deeply sad, so are all our conveners. That's why they are here, up here with me. We're going to continue with the dialogue. We're going to engage with you. We're going to continue to search for solutions in a way, hopefully, that is orderly and that gets us there. I thank you ever so much, and may God bless.
Okay. Delegation leaders. We'll ask delegation leaders to resolve certain issues. This session is closed. Thank you. To discuss logistics and so on, we'll deal with that. Delegation leaders must come here, one, and there'll be lunch now. Or you'll be briefed by your delegation leaders in the next 15 minutes. We'll tell them what happens now going forward. Thank you. There is lunch. Lunch is over there. Whilst you're having lunch, delegation leaders must come here.
Okay. Sorry. Siphumelele, we have just heard from Deputy Chief Justice Dikgang Moseneke that the convention is now closed due to safety concerns. They cannot carry on anymore because of the violent scenes that have played out here. Minister Blaine Zimande, we heard earlier on, leaving the convention without being able to speak. Adam Habib leaving, being drowned out. We earlier saw and heard that SASCO members were beating EFF members with belts, saying they were tired of the interruptions. We also heard that EFF was throwing chairs and water bottles, people streaming out of the tent, people scared for their safety, people leaving. SABC crew as well a bit worried as people ran past us, whipping belts, throwing bottles, throwing chairs. Just very chaotic scenes happening here, and that has led to the convention being closed.